Hi guys, I'm back in the kitchen after having a little bit of a break. I'm here and we're going to do my take, which is actually inspired by Simply Cook, my version of an Iranian stew. If you would like to know how it should taste, then I would go on to Simply Cook's website and you can order theirs from them. But I'm doing this because it's a really cheap, quick, easy meal. It's so tasty, and the weather at the moment has been so up and down. So this is for something in between. Alright, oh, crikey. Right. Yeah, I definitely need a little. I've obviously, at the moment, I'm just going to get a cloth because that's got rather hot. I'll give that a wipe. Right, let's get back to there. In my pan, I am just frying and softening some of the onions. And what I'm about to do is I'm just about to add, oh God, making a bit of a mess. Just about going to add butternut squash and potatoes. Do you know what? I was a little bit worried that this pan wasn't big enough, but I am proved wrong. I'm actually just going to add a little bit of oil to this. So, as I was saying, I acquired this recipe from Simply Cook, and it was so good that I would have, well, I'm attempting to make my own. So this is my version of an Iranian stew. I've made a little few twists and turns. Some of it is actually just for ease and what everybody is able to obtain. So I'm just going to give that a bit of stir. So obviously what I've done here is we've softened our onions, and I've just added butternut squash and potatoes. Don't know why I said it like that. Potatoes. Anyway, just make sure they give a good stir in. Right. Pop that on there for a minute. I'm just going to put the lid on now. This is a vegetarian dish. However, if you do prefer to have your meals with meat, I would recommend having lamb with this. Obviously you need to cook your lamb and prepare it first before adding it to your stew, and to use a bigger pot than what I'm using at the moment if you're adding meat. So what I've done here is I'm going to try and pronounce it, so please correct me if it is wrong. Ras al Hut, I think. Well, this is my version. The recipe is on my steady page as always if you are interested in doing my way. But as I said, if you want to do it the correct way, go to Simply Cook. Obviously we are not using all of the seasoning. What we have done is we've mixed it up and prepared it for next time. So you really fancy doing this again? It's already there for you. So, back to the cooking. Right. Oh. Do you know what? Butternut squash smells so nice anyway. I do love it. Right. So, set that down. I am making a real mess of this today. I had it all planned out. I'm really excited because I really like this dish. So, we'll get it all sorted and it's all gone to pot. Back to the food. Right, what you want to do, take a nice size level tablespoonful, there we go, and you're going to sprinkle that over your veg, like so. I'm just going to add a little bit more because I'm greedy, so just add a little bit more. There we go. Alright, I'm going to give that a good mix in. Spatula. Right, I'm going to try and do this without actually flinging it everywhere like I normally do. So, there we go. I don't think I need to add any more oil. as you have seen, I have added oil as I've gone because I didn't think that there wasn't enough in it, especially with rapeseed oil anyway. You do tend to need a little bit more than that than what you would do olive oil or vegetable oil. So I really like this pan and I really want it to work because I know this is going to reduce. So guys, see, look at the colour already. The orange just makes it so pretty. It makes you want to eat it. Alright, let's give that a good stir around. I'm just going to pop the lid back on again. There we are. Alright, just leave that on there for a couple of minutes. Alright. Well, again guys, I'm using tomato puree because we all know everyone can get hold of tomato puree. Yeah. If you can get hold of tomato paste, brilliant. It is a more richer flavour. It will give you a bit more of a body to your stew. But for now, we're going to puree it. Alright. It's going to add a touch of water. So about 50 ml of water into here. There we go. Alright, at this point guys, don't forget, I'm going to be 2 seconds, boil the kettle. I'll be back. Hi. Right, so guys, we've got the kettle boiling, so don't forget. Oh, he's dropping it. Your stock. Just giving this a quick mix round. Don't worry too much because obviously your veg will soften up and you will actually be able to stir it. So, alright. To this at the moment, we're going to add our tomato paste. And try and do this by the tablespoon. Sort of like that. And another. There we are. Alright. So, in go your 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. And again, you want to give that a nice good mix around. I have really worn the wrong colour to be doing this. Well, lessons learned. Alright. There we are. Alright, I think that's mixed in as well as I'm going to do it for the minute. Starting to look a bit more interesting, I think. Alright. Alright, so I'm just going to leave that for a couple of minutes. As I said, recipe is on my steady page if you are interested in this. As I said, it's a really quick, cheap, easy meal that anyone can put together, and it's one pot. Alright, I'll just wash my hands so I can get puree everywhere. Oh. Right, so you better sort out the stock. Wipe that. I'm just going to set the timer. Alright. Oh. Alright, there we are. Alright, stock. Simple stock. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. Again, I'm trying to keep this as easy as possible. So, turn it the right way so I can see. Oh, there we go. with you today because this is actually my dinner for this evening. So, because I wanted to share. Nothing wrong with a bit of sharing. And get your stock in here. I'm just using a basic vegetable stock. If you do, as I said, if you do decide to put meat with it and you do use lamb, I would probably recommend using a lamb stock. Vegetable doesn't tend to go very well with a lamb. Makes a very funny colour as well. Speaking from experience. So in here we've got our minced mushrooms. Now we're going to add them into the stock. Might actually need a little bit more water. There we are. There we go. Oh no, it's actually quite alright. Right, make sure you give this a really good stir, because what a mushroom is doing is mushrooms are actually soaking up a lot of the water anyway, so you can tell it's actually getting a lot thicker. I tend to use this trick when I'm cooking spaghetti bolognese and people don't like mushrooms, so I mince the mushrooms so I can use them to thicken up the sauce. Right. Love the smell. Right. I'm actually just going to add a touch of salt into it. Salt is preference. I do tend to try not to add too much salt, and the salt is running out. There we go. But I tend to leave it so people can add salt if they prefer. There's nothing wrong with that. It's everyone's individual tastes. Right. There we go. Timer at the ready. So, now, again, nice and easy. Simply just pour your stock into your casserole dish. And give it a stir to your best of ability. I'm trying my hardest not to get it everywhere. Oh dear. Alright, this is actually smelling really lovely, and I'm not saying it's looking great because I just added the mushrooms, but it will look great. We've still got some beautiful colour to add yet. Alright, I'm going to leave this for a few minutes and I will be back. And I'm hoping that we will get the rest of the ingredients into this dish. Oh. So guys, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to leave this because you don't need to be sat here watching this simmer for a few minutes. You got your own. You can see that straight away now the mushrooms are really starting to thicken this stew up. So as I said, if you want to know, want to try the correct way of doing this recipe, head over to Simply Cook and look up Iranian stew, and you can try it from there. But if not, give my recipe a go and see how you feel. Obviously you don't the thing is, you can add things that you like. For example, I'm adding beans to mine because I really like beans, so you know, it makes it more of a dish. Alright, I'm going to leave this to simmer. I'll be back in a minute, guys. So guys, I've just let this boil for a bit, well, simmer. I've cheated. I forgot. I threw my beans in self-consciously. So if you are adding beans, pop your beans in, depending on how you look. Again, this is down to personal preference. It depends if you like your veg al dente or you like them super soft. Or you just, you know, to the point where you just don't like to chew. So I've popped my beans in now. And I'm just going to add the tomatoes. And that's going to brighten it up. Jesus, I don't even know how I'm going to get the spinach in there yet. This is looking really, really full. Right, super full. So, got to stop saying that. So, anyway. Right, there's another one. Here, tomatoes. I'm just going to pop these in. Oh my God, actually, do you know what? I think I'm going to add too much tomato. It's going to go over the top. Right. I'm going to gently pop these in. Really lovely tomatoes. I got these down the road at our local Mirror Market. There's some wonderful stuff in there. We're really lucky to have them. They have a delicatessen. They have cakes. We've got to stay out of there because I'll end up spending too much money. Right. So I'm popping me tomatoes in. Okay. Right, I think I have done it with the tomatoes. Right, maybe one more, and that is it. So, guys, what I'm trying to get, there's another one. So, guys, we must stop doing that. I've put in as many tomatoes as I can get in there, but they are quite chunky. They are very, very chunky tomatoes. I'm going to leave this for about 5 minutes. Personally, I'm going to leave it a little bit longer than 5 minutes. I'm going to leave it about maybe 10. On a simmer. I'm going to turn it down again. I'm going to turn it down to a nice simmer. But this is looking absolutely incredible. I'm quite chuffed with myself. I haven't cooked, as I said, I haven't cooked properly for a while. So I'm very interested myself to see how this turns out. Again, I'm going to leave this to simmer. As I said, you don't need to be watching me simmering over a pot. Well, I'll just be sat here watching and waiting. Put the timer on, so I don't forget. And you know, brown like I said. Alright. And I'll be back with you guys in about 8 minutes. And then we'll do the final bits for this lovely casserole. Thank you for watching this far. If you are watching this far, thank you so much. We are nearly at the end. Oh, it's gone over the edge. So, guys, we've left this on the hob for a little bit. And what we're going to do now is we're going to wilt the spinach. So, I actually love spinach. So what you want to do is gently do it, because as I said, this is exceptionally full. So, and obviously the leaves are huge. So I suggest using a spatula. And you know how messy I am, so yeah, I would use a spatula. Gently, just, if you can see, there we go, that's a better angle, isn't it? Gently just mix the spinach into your stew. The problem is with spinach, it looks loads when you put it in, but it actually isn't half the time. And you end up with a tiny little bit on your plate. And you think, that was a big waste of time, wasn't it? So, I'm just going to add another handful in. As you can see, it's already started to wilt a little bit. That's a bit much. Hang on. Oh, God. Here we go. I told you I was going to fly this everywhere. Right, I'm doing my best here. Right. This does smell absolutely incredible. So, I'm actually really happy with the spice mix that I've mixed up. Here we go. And keep turning around. See, I'm one of these people, I go around the pot to stir it in. So, And I'm going to add just one more handful. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop this into the oven uncovered for about, well, 10 minutes. 15 if your veg is still really, really hard. This is actually looking quite lovely, so I'm going to give it 10 minutes. And here we go, we can add some more spinach now. I do like my spinach. And it's not that, it gives a really great colour. As I said to you, this is what makes it a lovely autumn or spring sort of stew without being too overloaded with the carbs. Okay, apart from the potato that I've shoved in there, but you can always replace the potato. So, I'm just going to mix this last bit of spinach into the casserole, or stew as I should say. Not really a casserole, is it? And as I said, I'm just going to leave it in the oven for about 10 minutes. And then we'll do the finishing touches. Oh, it's starting to look really good already. Well, last little bit. There we go, I'm not adding any more. No, that's it. I think we're done. So, there we are. Right, this is going to go in the oven. As I said, 10-15, oh my god, I've got this everywhere. 10-15 minutes. And that should be ready. And then we'll do some little finishing touches. It's completely optional. This, I just want to tell you, can have this with either rice or bread or just on its own if you're feeling quite full, but you do need something to mop up the gravy. So back in the oven with this. Remember guys, no lid this time. I'll see you in about, well, you'll see me in a second, but it'll be about 10 minutes in my time, with this lovely finished stew. Thank you guys if you're still with me, and thanks for bearing with me. I'll be back. What do you think? It smells absolutely gorgeous. Alright, I'm going to leave you with a serving suggestion that I'm using. I'm going to sort my timer out for that. I think 30 seconds out, pretty good for me. I'm going to leave you with a serving suggestion on how I'm going to have it. I'm going to go away because I am bloody starving, and I'm going to go enjoy this. I really hope you enjoyed my videos on my version of Iranian stew. As I said, if you really want to know how it really should taste, simply pop over to Simply Cook, and you can get their recipe from there. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for sticking with me guys, and I hope to see you with the next recipe, and I'll see you later.